back to another bi-weekly episode of Lit Sports Online here on the LitTube channel. And Gerald, what's our topic tonight?
I got one thing to say.
Goldberg!
Goldberg! Goldberg! Goldberg! Goldberg! Yes! The man is back. Yes, Goldberg, the man, the myth, the legend, is back on WWE programming. And just a little backstory. So, on May 31st, 2016, on Raw, Goldberg was announced as a pre-order bonus for the WWE 2K17 video game. And throughout the summer, Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, coincidentally enough, traded with each other some insults on social media. Goldberg then appeared on October 3rd, episode of SportsCenter. Yes, WWE is on SportsCenter now.
They've come a long way.
They've come a long way. So he was contemplating a return to the WWE, and if you follow like I do, social media and Facebook and Twitter, there's been a lot of rumors that he's coming back. Talks that his contract might be, rebargained, that they're going to try to bring him back, and with good reason. He's a holdout from the old attitude, ruthless aggression era. A great symbol of the Monday Night Wars that put WCW and WWE against each other. Why not bring him back? And you saw what happened with Sting. Sting came back, within the last few years, and it was amazing. Like, people were like, wow, Sting's finally in the WWE. Goldberg had his run in 2003, when he came back, but it just didn't feel right. His for me as a Goldberg fan, growing up loving the guy, I wasn't satisfied with that match between him and Brock Lesnar.
Well, I kind of like the way he came back that time, though. Like, spearing the Rock.
Oh, yeah. I love the return. Don't get me wrong. I love the return. It was the ending. You came back and you looked at the biggest dog in the yard and said, "You're next." You just lay him out. If that isn't the best intro into the WWE ever, I don't know what is. Well, this Monday on Monday Night Raw, Goldberg actually answered a challenge from Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar's manager. And Justin, the inner 12-year-old inside of me was alive and well. I was not 27 Monday night. I was all of 12 years old. And it was amazing. So Goldberg comes out, and of course, you got to keep in mind, Goldberg he's older. So I think he's nearing 50. If not, he might already be 50. And of course, you're like, well, he's going to come back. He's been out of the ring for 12 years, a little bit older, a couple of surgeries. But he came back. And when that music hit, oh man. Oh man, just chills. Comes out, and it's just intense Goldberg. You could tell he was emotional to be back. And it just made it real to me, this. Oh man, this is so crazy. But of course, he's back now.
Yeah, and you look back at where he gained all his fame in WCW, and what was it, 173 straight wins?
173 straight wins.
Yeah, granted, when he came back to WWE, his gimmick changed a little bit. He wasn't so indestructible anymore.
Yeah. Of course, WWE is not going to make something from WCW virtually indestructible. That's Vince McMahon for you. But, he's coming back. He's going to fight Brock Lesnar. Rumor has it that he's going to fight him at Survivor Series. I actually, talking to a buddy of mine, I actually think they might even hold out this match until Royal Rumble. Maybe WrestleMania next year. People were dissatisfied with their last match at WrestleMania. They thought it was tired. Brock Lesnar was on his way out of the company. He was going to do his thing with the Minnesota Vikings. And then, of course, he had that amazing run in the UFC. Goldberg was on to, greener pastures, probably retiring. And then he went on, to do a couple of side projects, serving as a commentator with an MMA organization. And, of course, some promotions traveling the globe. Now he's back in the WWE, promoting the video game. And, of course, at face value, this is a promotion for the video game. But underneath it all, it's awesome.
It might run a little deeper than that.
I think so. 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 I think
I haven't been looking into WWE that much to see like what their ratings are nowadays and all that. But for me personally, I like the old wrestlers that like you know I grew up watching, and so if it wasn't for the Goldusts, the Goldbergs, the Kanes, the Undertakers, like trying to stick around, I wouldn't be really all that interested in it.
Like I mean, it's cool because you still see Kane on wrestling. I mean, Kane's definitely not the big red machine he was like he was when we were kids, and you get Undertaker once here at WrestleMania, and now you start to see other characters come back. You got Sting, who, like I said, came back to the WWE after like when WCW collapsed when it was bought out by Vince McMahon. He was one of the few wrestlers to not come over. I mean, you had Scott Steiner come over. Rob Van Dam came over from ECW. Of course, that's a different brand for WCW, but you had other wrestlers, Chris Benoit, who came over from WCW, a little earlier. But you had so many of these wrestlers that came over. Sting was the one wrestler that did not come over until about a year or two ago. Everybody was surprised. They were like, he's here. Like, that was unreal. Nobody ever saw that coming. Of course, he's in the newest he was in that 2K video game for WWE that year. And I mean, it's awesome though. You get to see these wrestlers because then you get to see matchups that you didn't get to see. But I mean, I hope for the sake of wrestling fans everywhere, that Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar round 2 is a much better match.
But who's winning it is the question.
You know what? I think. See, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of flack on this, but I think Goldberg for sure might win. I think they might give Goldberg. I think Goldberg might actually pull off a victory here. I mean, it's one of them things where it's like,
maybe we're just picking who we want to win. I want Goldberg to win, but like, do I think it's gonna go down that way? I don't know. I think it's 50-50 maybe.
Well, take a look at it like this. All right, so of course you haven't watched WWE in a while, but you got Brock Lesnar. He came back from the UFC, and he comes out wearing these UFC shorts, and they got the brands all over him. He comes back this monster that just conquered the UFC. Now he's about to conquer the WWE. He takes out John Cena. Dang near snaps his arm in half at SummerSlam when he came back. He destroyed Seth Rollins. Took him and Roman Reigns took each other to the limit. And you just start to see Brock Lesnar as this invincible giant. So people are asking, well, who can beat him? If John Cena and Roman Reigns can't beat him, who can beat Brock Lesnar? And you start scratching your head and you're like, who was as impactful as Brock Lesnar? Who was virtually this indestructible beast? And you think, does Goldberg still have it in him?
You know what this actually reminds me of? It's totally unrelated to wrestling, but like, remember that Gladiator movie where like the guy's trying to get him to lose, and eventually he just brings a guy out of retirement that was like this famous like gladiator to like try and finally beat him. Like that's what the storyline basically to this. Like, let's bring back the old guy that used to be indestructible. Yeah, and put him up.
Let's just bring him out. Let's see if he can do it. A couple of broken bones here, broken bones there, surgery here and there. Let's see what happens. But unlike Gladiator, I think that Goldberg, the retired guy, will win. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this match. I mean, it brings excitement to me, and I've talked to a lot of older fans that watched it in the old Attitude Era. They're excited for this. I mean, it is. It's great for for the older crowd, and it's honestly, if you've noticed a trend, and of course I'm related to WWE, a trend in the media nowadays where they're trying to appeal to our generation. That hold-up generation from the 90s that's just itching to go back so bad.
Well, the reason we not all of us have gone back is because they kind of made it like G-rated, like.
Yeah. I'm talking about in general though, like movies. Look how many Ninja Turtle movies come out. Look at the new Power Rangers that come out. I mean, so many things. It's like you turn on the TV and it's almost like, man, my favorite 90s cartoon might be a movie. I'm waiting for Recess to be a movie, but that's a different story for a different time. We're getting away from sports. Point blank, so it's going to be a great match. I mean, it's Goldberg on pay-per-view.
I can't wait for it.
I'm excited.
You saw our intro.
Yeah.
We're obviously going Goldberg here.
Obviously, Team Goldberg. Team Old Men. Dang it, we're getting old.
Well, that does it for Lit Sports Online. Make sure to subscribe and check out our links below to our Twitter, our Snapchat, and other social media. I'm Justin. This is Gerald.
And don't forget to check out our other videos. We got Couchside Face to Face and our newest show, Lit Tracks, where we'll be putting up some music for you to check out. Good night.